Shalom, shalom, Yehuda and Israel, and also those who dwell on the earth. This is a series of teaching that talk about the soul and spirit, but they talk about salvation of the soul, not the flesh. So we're not talking about things of flesh, even though this was done before, but this is a message that was hidden for those who belong to Most High. So now, the word we look at it, we're looking at the word bohu. Before we saw the word tohu, which is in Bereshit chapter 1, verse 2. So the earth became formless and void. The word bohu means void, waste, and emptiness. So those words looks like they are exactly the same, but are not the same. Why not speak? They speak in different words. The word bohu, it's also numeric value tells you about Abaddon. That means destruction. The word destruction we also find when Esther in chapter 8 verse 6, she said, I cannot stand to see my people be destroyed. And this queen, or Esther, that means star, she's a part of the Israel people, that she was a queen on this reigns of Persia. Now she was a substitute of a Queen Vashti, and this Queen Vashti, the word Vashti means beautiful. So this Queen Beautiful, which was called by husband, she refused to come. So you see, beauty will not come to the husband if the husband is this man Ashishron. What it means that I'll be silent and be poor. That's what means this word. So we see the husband was the one who was silent and be poor in this earth. But we look at the life that he lived on. When he called her, she refused to come. That's another story, because we're going to look at all the spirit that were involved to call this queen beauty. So what means beauty refused to come? Beauty does not come to the Master Yah. It's impossible. Why? Everything that's beautiful, it's attractive, everything that's beautiful in the eyes of man is abomination in the eyes of Yah. So we can see that this does not come. Anyone is beautiful rely on his own flesh. He rely on, well, look how beautiful you are. Or he attract everyone and to that person. So people, they love that. That's why they love all the things that's so beautiful. That's what happened in the Garden of Eden. Because all things that are so beautiful looks fashion. That's why everybody loves it. You also love something that's a nice car, nice woman, nice house, nice appearance. This is what people look at it. But that's deceitful. So this is what this word means, destruction. Look at that. But also we see that this Vashti didn't want to come there. And this is another word. We're going to look at that later. Continue in this word of void. So if you put together these two words, the word tohu and bohu, they will give us a word that means ok, which is numerical value of 424, which is talk about a tree. The tree, this tree is very important to know. So I was looking, why Almighty will give us this word close to each other? So he said the thing that is making that is to make sure that we understand is talk about a tree. And this tree that saw, it had a lot of stories to tell us. This story begins in the Bereshit 35, verse 4, where our forefather Jacob, he called the people that are with him when they have to go across to the other side, which Yahweh has called him to do, to go. So he said, please give him all your mighty ones. All those things dominate you. Give him all these things that you have. So they took their earring that they have, and they gave to him these earrings they have to give to him. So if we look at that place there, and they say that this is a place where he put this, or he buried this in the tree of oak, which is Isla. So this oak tree that he gave him that, it says that it was in a place called Shechem. And this place Shechem, it means back or shoulder. This is what he threw it away and say, put it back and say go. So that's what it said. This tree was there on the shoulders. So we have to understand that the same words that Master Yeshua is spoken to us say, anyone who looks back, you see now, if anyone looks back, you're not fit for the kingdom. That's where every single person that's look back, because that's where there is this idol. There's those spirit, there's mind ones of the person he has, he looks back. Remember Lot's wife. Remember the story when we're told, don't look back, look forward. But she looked back. So this what she saw it. She looked at those things because their spirit say, look back. Our forefather, when were taken out of Mitzrayim, so also they look back in their heart. This is a very important thing. They look back in their life, where they come from. So we have to understand this looking back is not exactly look back with our eyes of flesh. It needs to look back in your heart. You look at the life that I used to live, the stuff I used to care, who I used to be. This was it. Now, if you are returned to the Almighty, when you say don't look back, you say, I hate the life that I used to live. I don't even want to look at it. That's the disgusting life that I live on. So to follow those spirits that you are carrying me and take and use my body to perpetuate the word of Master Yah. So you leave all kind of stuff, all kind of friends, every single one you leave. So this what's taking place in our life. When we look back, we look in the time where we didn't have the Torah, we look at life that was not Torah, we say that was a better life. But we look in this place where we find the Shechem, that's where they say Yehob or heal, holder, and this says supplanter. So he say, give me this. So we see this word supplanter or supplanter. He's the one, give me this stuff. It's good that we give the supplanter these things, or the deceiver of the holder, or heal who hold the heel. We say, take this thing, and then he bury them in that place. Now he get another name, which is Israel. This contains a lot of words, and this word Israel that we're going to look at later. That's a spirit that a person has to have. If you're not Israel, there's no salvation. Because the Israel is not a flesh. It's also part of a spirit we need to have. So that spirit, that's what it dominates or show what kind of person is this one. Okay? So he say hand. He say, given this hand. What's in the hand? What's mean hand? The hands mean yard. Yard means direction, power, strength, sight, land, portion, technical sense. This is it's a direction. You point direction with a hand, but that's not mean this hand. It's a direction how you take a sources means power. So that's what we understand. Earring, it's mean oze, what's earrings? This is the stuff they use. Neze, noise, which you nose ring, rings that wear by man or woman. So these days everyone's wearing that. So they are supposed to give out all this kind of stuff because that's very deceitful. And then say, and they say they used to have wears any earrings. So this ozen, that's what so that was taking the capacity of them to hear it. So he said, bring out that. Why was have to bring out? Because when they bring out, they give it to him. It's fulfilled what it says. They can be able to hear exactly what our Master Yahweh says. Because if you don't have that, you have a gold and silver that it's a man-made. It makes you not hear. You have ear, but you cannot hear. You have eyes, but you cannot see. This is what it talks about when you look at this word